Hello people, welcome back to the channel. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to the propaganda machine. This is the propaganda at 7 and our first story of the day is disgraced BBC presenter Huw Edwards. He has been given a 6-month suspended sentence for 2 years after he admitted charges of making indecent images of children. This alone is this is just a shocking news story. 6 months. Forget that it's been suspended. They believed that this was only 6 months. So you're allowed images of a child on your phone. But if you have 0.1 of crack cocaine, they will give you 6 years. But they're telling you you'll get 6 months for children, for images of children. This country is a disgrace. And you cannot blame those rioters. It all makes perfect sense now. When you see news like this, you can't blame the rioters. Of course, why they were doing it is so stupid. They should have had anger at what is going on. The treatment of nonces. Nonces get special privileges in this country, and it starts with the judges and the politician. I believe they are all nonces too. They are a disgrace. So I'll read on. The court heard among a number of WhatsApp exchanges with a man later convicted of sex offences. Edwards was offered naughty images of somebody described as young. YNG. That's how you know this is a sick individual that he was talking to, and he is also a sick individual himself. And he replied, go on. He will now be placed on the sex offenders register for 7 years. 7 years. What's the point? What is the point? He'll probably do it again. In July, the former newsreader admitted having 41 images which were sent to him on WhatsApp, included some showing a victim aged between 7 and 9 years old. These stories are hard to read, but I know that this is what people want to hear, my thoughts on shocking events. During his sentencing at Westminster Magistrates Court, he was also told to attend a sex offender treatment program. Oh my days, a treatment program. So they're actually insinuating that there's a treatment for this, that this is something like a cold or a common flu, like COVID. You take a jab or you take some medicine and you're all of a sudden gonna be better. No, you're fucking not. These people are not wired right. How about you get a rock and you stone them? That way, we know our children in the society and community are safe. How about stoning? How about electric chair? How about execution? That way, we know everyone is safe from the lowest of low, because anybody that does these offences against vulnerable children and women, you know what you deserve. There's only one consequence for you. So, Edwards was sent images by a 25-year-old convicted sex offender called Alec. Bruv, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. Like, they're actually trying to justify it like the person who sent it is any better or worse than he is. They're both a disgrace. The court heard that in another exchange, Edwards replied, yes, followed by 3 X's when asked whether he wanted sexual images of a person whose age could not be discerned as between 14 and 16. He responded to Williams with, "Amazing." The court heard he was also sent a link with more images. Yeah, I can't even read on. That's just too disturbing. But the bit that actually gets me, the next bit of the story, the London's Victims Commissioner has called for it to be easier to appeal lenient sentences after it emerged the case of Huw Edwards cannot be reviewed. So, not only has he got 6 months, not only is he roaming the streets, not only has he still got his phone and able to access whatever he wants, we can be safe in the knowledge that he's free to do it again. He's definitely not facing no consequences. But when it's other people, they're quick to send them to jail. They might even try and get me. That's the craziest thing. If I start peddling too much propaganda, 2 do 1, just for freedom of speech. But you're free to go and be a nonce. This society is cooked. Cooked. So, it says the disgraced veteran was spared jail on Monday for indecent images of children as young as 7, with the judge handing down a 6-month suspended sentence at the magistrate court. Senior political figures, including one of these Tory people, have written to the government's chief legal advisor urging for a review of the case under the unduly lenient scheme. The scheme allows anyone to ask for certain sentences to be looked at by the Attorney General's office, who would then refer it to the Court of Appeal if they think it is not tough enough. However, the scheme only applies to Crown Court sentences, as pointed out by the Victims Commissioner for London, Claire Waxman. She said she has long called for this to be changed so it's more accessible. For clarity, the Huw Edwards sentence cannot be reviewed under the unduly lenient sentencing scheme, as it's only applicable for certain Crown Court sentences. I have lobbied for years to make it more accessible, Miss Waxman said on Twitter. So, I've given my thoughts on this. This is a disgrace, and it's getting to a stage where vigilantes are going to be needed in the society. People are going to need to take the law into their own hands. They already have. And this is the thing. If you go and attack a nonce, you're going to jail. But if you be a nonce, you don't go to jail. Just you can't make this stuff up, man. Yeah. The next story. This is the alleged shooting of Donald Trump. And I say alleged because this is unclear. It's unclear of what actually happened. So, Ryan Roof, the suspect, has been charged. He appeared in front of a judge on Monday at the Palm Beach County Court, charged with firearm offences. The charges against him did not include any reference to trying to kill Trump, though the FBI has said it is investigating Sunday's incident as an assassination attempt. I don't get it. It either is or it isn't. What was it? Are you gonna make your mind up? Because this is just some sort of hoax. This is trickery. The first one, yeah, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I don't believe that weren't genuine. I have no reason to believe it because no one in their right mind is gonna let someone take a shot at them close to their head just for, I don't know, some sort of political gain. That is just mad, man. I don't even think Trump is that mad to do something like that. But this seems a little bit too suspect and suspicious. So, what did he actually do? He is suspected of going to the Trump International Golf Course in Florida on Sunday, armed with an SKS-style rifle. The FBI recovered the weapon and scope, two backpacks, and a GoPro camera from an area heavy with bush cover. So he was like a sniper. He was literally like a sniper. And I've read somewhere that it was an AK-47 style weapon, but it just doesn't make sense to me because the last person, when he fired shots, he got killed. They're saying this brother got caught down the road and yeah, all was well. Something is not adding up. This is fishy. Law enforcement alleged that Ruth fled the area when a Secret Service agent fired in his direction after spotting a rifle barrel poking out of bushes. Come on. I'm not buying this. I'm not buying any of what they're selling. I'm not buying this. This absolutely stinks of a cover up of political tampering. I don't know what. This just doesn't seem real. He is not believed to have fired his own weapon during the incident and is not believed to have had a clear line of sight to Trump at any point. So they say. So they say. Palm Beach County Sheriff Rick Bradshaw said two officers spotted Ruth's vehicle, a black Nissan, and followed it for 45 minutes. Ruth was stopped on Interstate 95, a major highway, and arrested. He was initially charged with federal firearm offenses. The affidavit states that Ruth's phone was in the vicinity of the covered area for 12 hours. The car, a Nissan SUV, was later determined to have number plates which belonged to a 2012 Ford which had been reported as stolen. They're saying this is the weapon and the kit in the bushes. You know what though? One thing I know, these people, they hardly ever miss. These are marksmen. When they shoot to kill. They don't miss. So I find it very hard to believe that they see him, they took a shot and they missed. Or they just took one shot. How did he get away? He's not, like what they're saying, he's fast? Is he Usain Bolt? Yeah, this all seems a bit, I don't know. I reckon he was just a weirdo in the bushes, just doing weird things. I don't know if he was an assassin trying to kill Trump. That's one thing I don't believe. NBC spoke to Trump's golfing partner, who described the dramatic moment he heard gunshots and saw Secret Service agents dive on top of the former president during the apparent assassination attempt at his Florida golf course on Sunday. The businessman Steve Witkoff, a longtime Trump friend and political donor, told NBC on Tuesday that he knew immediately that a series of loud pops was gunfire, and he praised the social service, secret service, not social service, for its quick response in getting Trump off the golf course in under 20 seconds. So, this brother saying that he heard gunshots, then they're saying they only fired one shot in his directions. This is this is all a bit, I don't know, it's all a bit suspect to me. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about these opening stories. We've got the Trump assassination. Do you believe it was genuine? And also, tell me your thoughts on this dusty nonce, Huw Edwards. What do you think should be the punishment for these people? What is fair and just? Do you believe 6 months suspended or even 6 months is enough time? And also, 7 years on the register, he'll be free to do as he like in no time. Even if he's on the register, I don't know what that's gonna do. I don't know what's that's gonna achieve. Just let me know, because me, I don't want to say too much, because you know me, it's my mouth is out of control and I can say anything. They'll be coming to knock on my door soon. So yeah, it's best we move on to our story of the day. Yes, we're moving on to our story of the day, and that is the diddler. Sean Diddy Combs has been ordered to be held without bail after being charged with sex trafficking. The Manhattan Federal Magistrate Judge Robin Tarnowski made the ruling after an almost 2-hour-long hearing, where prosecutors and the musician's lawyer argued on whether he should be jailed until he faces trial. The judge agreed with the argument put forward by the US Attorney's Office that Combs is a danger to the public and the potential witnesses in the case against him. He pleaded not guilty to racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking charges this afternoon, with his lawyers offering $50 million, which is £38 million for bail, and an in-home detention. The judge heard both sides, and after taking a brief break to consult with court officials, it was ordered that Combs be detained. The next hearing is set for September the 24th. The last night rapper was led out of court without being handcuffed. So, the diddler is in jail. But what kind of jail is he going to? Because they're saying he was led out of court without being handcuffed. He's just been staying at a hotel that's 10 grand a night, and now he's going to jail. Nah, he ain't going to no proper jail, surely not, because if he's on the wing, who knows what he's gonna be getting up to. And I also have something for everyone. Here, my brother, he sent me the documents. He's hacked the US Attorney's Office, and he has sent me the documents. My brother from the village, I can't disclose his name, I can't disclose his location, just know that he's in the village. And here it is. Here is the document. Look at this. US States District Court, Southern District of New York, United States of America versus sealed indictment, Sean Combs, aka Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, P. D. PD. What? You told me what do you think PD stands for? Not no Puff Daddy. I need the most creative choices, the most creative words, the wordplay on PD because this sounds too prolific. Prolific demon. That's what I'm saying it stands for. Prolific demon. Because this, oh no, aka love, brother lava. Oh no. So as we can see here, this is count one. Count one racketeering conspiracy. It is alleged for decades Combs, the defendant, abused, threatened, and coerced women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. To do so, Diddy relied on the employees' resources and influence of the multifaceted business empire that he led and controlled, creating a criminal enterprise whose members and associates engaged in and attempted to engage in, among other crimes, sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. So look at this. He is prolific. They're saying he was doing too much. He was napping people. He was an arsonist. The sex trafficking wasn't enough. He needed his kick. What was he probably doing? He was probably kidnapping people and bringing them to the location for these freak offs because this guy is a freaky, freaky, freaky guy. He is up to no good. And there is no telling what he would go to, what lengths. His freakiness knows no bounds. That I can guarantee for free. Guaranteed. So I'm not gonna read the whole um documents, but we're gonna go through the juicy bits. Number three, at all times relevant to this indictment, Mr. Combs, aka Diddy, the defendant, engaged in a persistent and persuasive pattern of abuse towards women and other individuals. This abuse was at times verbal, emotional, physical, and sexual. As part of his pattern of abuse, Combs manipulated women to participate in highly orchestrated performances of sexual activity with male commercial sex workers. So this is what he's doing. He he's not doing it himself. He's going out there and getting these escorts, gigolos, to come and smash women. This this guy's a proper sicko. He doesn't even get the thrill of doing it himself. He's a watcher, so he's a voyeur. He's there. He's probably got binoculars or glasses in the corner, and he's just sitting back watching that freaky, just there. One hand, I don't even want to think about what he was doing. He's moving mad. At times, Holmes and others acting in his direction made arrangements for women and commercial sex workers to fly to Combs's location. So look what he's doing. He's flying them. It's like if he was in the UK, he'd be getting them from Newcastle all the way down south. He'd be ordering them on Viva Street, adult work. This guy, he is, bruv, he's crazy. He's out of hand. Combs ensured participation from the women by, among other things, obtaining and distributing narcotics to them, controlling their careers, leveraging his financial support, and threatening to cut off the same and using intimidation and violence. Physical abuse by the defendant was recurrent and widely known, so everyone knew. This is how I know there's many other people here it's not just Diddy. It's not just him. There's many people involved. He's just the fall guy. Probably 90% of the people that were around him were involved. There's only the 10% to 5% that are victims, because there's no way that most of these people are all victims. They're probably all going to turn on him and claim to be victims. But we know that there's a lot of people that are going to be saving their own skin. Definitely. We'll go into that at the end. So, like I said, on numerous occasions from at least in or about 2009 and continuing for years, Combs assaulted women by, among other things, striking, punching, dragging, throwing objects, and at kicking them. These assaults were at times witnessed by others and included one instance at a Los Angeles hotel in or about March 2016, which was captured on video and later publicly reported, where Combs kicked, dragged, and threw a vase at a woman as she was attempting to leave. When a member of hotel security intervened, Combs attempted to bribe the staff member to ensure silence. So that's Cassie. We all saw the video. So he can't deny these charges, that specific one anyway, because we saw the length of violence that he went to, the heinous attack on Cassie. That was a disgrace. I don't know what kind of drugs he was on, but my belief is that this was a recurring affair. It was a recurring thing. He probably lashed out multiple times. He used to just say, ah, and just beat her up. He had enough. He probably started loving and caring, but over the years, his behavior started to deteriorate. That is what I believe. Combs' violence was also not limited to these women. It extended to his employees, witnesses to his abuse, and others. So anybody can get it. He was screaming ABG for real. The defendant used the Combs business, including certain employees, to carry out, facilitate, and cover up his abuse and commercial sex. Those employees, including security staff, household staff, personal assistants, and high-ranking supervisors and or other close associates, acted as Combs' intermediaries, and their conduct was facilitated and assisted by Combs' control of the Combs business, the Combs enterprise, from at least in or about 2008 through on or about the date of the filing of this indictment. Diddy and others, known and unknown, were members and associates of a criminal organization, the Combs Enterprise, or the Enterprises. Members and associates of the Combs Enterprise engaged in and attempted to engage in, among other activities, sex trafficking, forced labor, interstate transportation for purposes of prostitution, coercion, and enticement to engage in prostitution, narcotics offenses, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. I can't go through all of this. This is crazy. This guy, this Diddy, he's mad. This is only page 3 of 14, and just look what he's been up to. It's disturbing, and there's a lot more to come. I can't believe he got away with it for this long. For this long, he's been a menace. He's been wreaking havoc, but clearly those around him were involved. Definitely. People are claiming to be victims. You're not no victim. You're a co-defendant. 100%, a lot of you. The means and method of the enterprise. Among the means and the methods by which Sean Combs and other members and associates of the Combs enterprise conducted and participated in the conduct of the affairs of the Combs enterprise included the following. So now this is getting into a separate matter. This is what the enterprise was doing, what Combs, his business, was doing. Combs and the other members and associates of the enterprise wielded the power and prestige of Diddy's role at the Combs business to intimidate, threaten, and lure women victims into Combs's orbit, often under the pretense of a romantic relationship. So this guy, he was really out here. You thought when he said brother love that he was saying, oh, it's all peace and love. I'm gonna give back all the millions that I've basically stole off people, all of their rights, their publishing rights. We're gonna sort this out. Nah, he was luring more victims in. He used threats of force and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sex acts with male commercial sex workers that Combs referred to as, among other things, freak-offs. So we've reached the bit. Oh my days. This is really in court. It's called a freak-off. I know most people are probably thinking, nah, this is just banter. This is not real. This is some sort of trick that people are playing. Surely this weren't real. But look, it says it here. It literally says it. Freak-offs were elaborate and produced sex performances that Combs arranged, directed, masturbated during, and often electronically recorded. Oh god, this guy's sicko. In arranging these freak-offs, Diddy, with the assistance of members and associates of the Combs enterprise, transported and caused to be transported commercial sex workers across state lines and internationally. This sounds like literally he's going and getting them. He's probably getting sex workers from Dubai, England, Colombia, Mexico. He's doing the madness. These freak-offs, yo, you don't want to go there. This is wild. Like, let me tell you something. You would not send your kid to Neverland. If you wouldn't, I'd advise you don't want to go to these freak-offs. They're probably closed for business now, and we're never going to hear about them again until the next Diddy comes along. Maybe his sons, but yeah, you don't want to go there because they are out of hand. Freak-offs often occurred regularly, sometimes lasted multiple days, and often involved multiple commercial sex workers. Oh my days, this is wild. Literally, multiple days. It makes sense. Like, them man are just out here for days on end. Imagine what that room smelt like. Bruv, that probably smelt like a stale gym. Like, literally. Probably like if you're busting your boxers and just left them, or oh my days, probably like them socks It always says that people used to bust nuts in socks. I don't know. Some of you might have done that. I don't think I ever done that. Bust a nut in the sock and just discarded it, and it's probably been left under your bed for like 6 months, so you probably get like some rotten smell. That is probably what the freak off room smelled like, bruv. Just dusty, beer tuna, beer sardines, just mad over there. Bloody hell, man. During freak-offs, Combs distributed a variety of controlled substances to victims, in part to keep the victims obedient and compliant. Bruv, not everyone there was victims. A lot of them were involved, definitely. Sometimes, unbeknownst to the victims, Combs kept videos he filmed of victims engaging in sex acts with commercial sex workers. After freak-offs, Combs and the victims typically received IV fluids to recover from the physical exertion and drug use. So what this is basically saying is, after these freak-offs, people were just like this. You know, in Call of Duty, when you get licked down and you needed that shot to revive you. That is what's going on. Cause you know them freak-offs, they're mad. Like people are probably busting 20 nuts in 3 days. It's crazy. Literally. Bruv, I don't even wanna go into all of that. Car, yeah. Bruv, that's another conversation for another day. But yeah, it's mad over there. Members and associates of the Combs enterprise included high-ranking supervisors, security staff, household staff, personal assistants, and other Combs business employees facilitated the freak-offs by, among other things, booking hotel rooms for the freak-offs, stocking the hotel rooms in advance with the required freak-off supplies. Now, man, oh my days, they make it sound like you just go into the supermarket. Yeah, when we're Asda's, let's just stock the shelves. Bruv, this is wild. It's like a party, like a proper party, like a birthday party, including controlled substances, baby oil. Oh my days. So it's true, the baby oil is there. Baby oil, lubricant, extra linens, and lighting, cleaning the hotel rooms after the freak-offs to try to mitigate room damage, arranging for travel for victims, commercial sex workers, and Diddy to and from freak-offs. Resupplying Combs with requested supplies, delivering large sums of cash to Combs to pay the commercial sex workers, and scheduling the delivery of IV fluids in or about March 2024. During searches of Combs' residence in Miami, Florida, and Los Angeles, California, law enforcement seized various freak-off supplies, including narcotics and more than 1,000 bottles of baby oil. Oh my days. You know for a fact. Oh my days. You know, when the feds was trying to get in that room, yeah, they was probably all slipping over each other. Wait, wait. They're just slipping all over the place because 1,000 bottles. Come on, like surely, how many of them were already leaking? They were probably already leaking, and people are just slipping over trying to seal the evidence. Bruv, this Combs, Diddy, the I, oh my days, but bruv, nah, I think this is the last bit I'm gonna read, but I think this is too much. This is too much. Combs subjected victims to physical, emotional, and verbal abuse to cause the victims to engage in free coughs. Combs maintained control over his victims through, among other things, physical violence, promises of career opportunities, granting and threatening to withhold financial support, and by other coercive means, including tracking their whereabouts, dictating the victim's appearance, monitoring their medical records, controlling their housing, and supplying them with controlled substances. During and separate from Freakoff's, Combs, among other things, kicked, hit, threw objects at, and drugged victims at times by their hair. These assaults often resulted in injuries that took days or weeks to heal. Combs also threatened victims' careers and livelihoods, including if they resisted participating in free-coughs. Victims believed they could not refuse Combs's demands without risking their financial or job security or without repercussions in the form of physical or emotional abuse. Combs also used the sensitive, embarrassing, and incriminating recordings that he made during free-coughs as collateral to ensure the continued obedience and silence of victims. Yeah, man, this nigga's fucked, bruv. He's done out here, man. Bruv, that's basically the majority of it. Like, literally. He's done too much. We could go through all of it, like, so there's the racketeering conspiracy, basically saying from 2008 that he was just doing bare crazy stuff, kidnapping, arson, multiple instances, bribery, um, witness tampering, victim tampering, forced labor, sex trafficking offences, transportation, bruv, drug inducement for travel purposes or prostitution and other illegal sexual activities, multiple offences of drug use. Bruv, I never even heard of these drugs. Like methylabidiol, the methamphetamine. Brother, I don't even have a clue. Bromo, dimotio, but I don't know, bruv. That's like got every letter in the alphabet, and they're expecting, bruv. If you like, who the fuck would take that kind of drug, bruv? Why would you take a drug with every letter in the alphabet? You'll be finished. So of course he's gonna drug you. You know, like that's probably why the effect lasts 3 days. It probably lasts in the same amount of time it takes to read that name, because I can't read that. Methyl Brother, that's a myth. Just know Diddy is done out here. Count two is there. The trafficking it talks about is from 2009 up until 2008. You're just doing a madness. Count three, just transportation to engage in prostitution. This one's from 2009 and he weren't stopping up until 2024. He was going the whole hog all the way. He probably knew that they were on him up until recently, but he still didn't care. Like, he literally didn't care. He was making sure that he was getting his last kicks before he's going to jail. So that's basically it from this flipping court documents. This is a madness anyway. There, look, it's signed by the US attorney and that. This is all mad. So now what I want to do is I want to play some clips potentially of witnesses, I don't know, victims, people that have been in and around these free cuffs. I think we're gonna give both sides of the story. We're gonna give Diddy his chance to talk about it. We're gonna listen to what his lawyer had to say. I think first we're gonna hear from the prosecution side, the people that are against him, before we hear what he has to say. So first things first, as we ended with that, I don't know what drug that was, mokopo, bokopoka, I don't know, all different letters. I think we should hear what a freak, what's it, a freak off cocktail looks like. I think that's what we need to hear first. So this is one of Diddy's strong opposers, Jaguar, right?
Cat is what they call on the street special K. It's a veterinary drug. It's a horse tranquilizer. Now, gay men have been using this for years. See, back in the day, if you went to a gay party or a gay rave, there were certain drugs that you would always find on hand. Viagra, ecstasy, special K, and cocaine. Now, see, the cocaine keep you up all night, but unfortunately, it gives you limp noodle because of what the blood flow is. So you wants to fuck with a half-hard dick all night. So that's why you have the Viagra, to make sure that the dick involuntarily stays hard while you're numbing your fucking self with the coke. Now, see, the ketamine, that's a horse tranquilizer. So that relaxes all your muscles. You could get fucked by 80 fucking ton gorillas. You wouldn't feel a thing. So now, your dick is going to stay hard. You numbed up and you high. You got the ketamine in you so you don't feel shit. And then you add the ecstasy to put in the feeling that you've now blocked out. And now you got a party.
Freak off cocktail.
Imagine that,
Yeah.
that freak off cocktail. Like, who's in the right mind is gonna take that? Imagine all you people that take drugs and that, like proper hard drugs. Like, would you take this pink substance? Bruv, they said ketamine and that. Bruv, I don't want to repeat what she said because that is mad. Let's just go on to the next person, ASAP Rocky.
Nigga got that nigga up out of there. Thank God. Yeah, I had to fight some nigga in the bathroom. No homo. We slipping on semen. we.
Nah. Oh my days. Nah. We got to hear it again. We got to hear it again. This is out of hand.
Nigga got that nigga up out of there. Thank God. Yeah, I had to fight some nigga in the bathroom. No homo. We slipping on semen. Niggas was jerking off in the bathroom, nigga.
Yeah.
I mean, I got that nigga up out of there. All that shit. You know, this is parts of the story that I don't like to.
So, bruv, I don't, if he was at that party, yo, that sounds mad. That sounds mad. That, bruv, I'm lost for words. He said they were slipping on semen. Like, come on, bruv. It could have been the baby oil. How they know it was semen? Nah, this is crazy, man. Dang. But when they say ain't no party like an S Club party, if ain't no party like a Diddy party, no party is like that. That party sounds ridiculous. But another person who he warned us. He warned us. He told us 2024 is the year of the truth. Big ups to him, Cat Williams. Let's hear from him.
I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely.
This is what I mean. He said you had to turn down 50 million. But I know some of you here, but you're gonna go to that party for 50 mil, but trust me, but you're gonna go. P. Diddy wanna party, I know you're gonna go there. Don't lie. Think about it. The 50 mil's coming in your account right now. It's coming there right now. Like instant. No waiting. No waiting. Yeah? You're going to the party and you have to take one of them cocktails. You have no choice. Go on. Tell the truth. Like, be honest with yourself. Are you going there to that party knowing what that woman said? 80 10-ton gorillas could dunk on you. Bruv, are you sure you're going to that party? Hey, Diddy, he's wild. But the evidence is mounting up against him. It's not looking good. Remember, this is the court of public opinion here. On the propaganda machine, it's the court of public opinion. Whatever you guys, the audience, decide is what we're gonna say. If he's guilty or not guilty by the end of this. This is the court of public opinion. Last person that we're gonna hear from is his longtime mate, 50 Cent.
Something to me one time, a long time ago, at Chris Lighty's wedding. He told me he'd take me shopping. I looked at him like, what'd you just say? Let me move, man, before I do something. You gonna make me mess up the wedding.
Oh, that's a nice gesture.
Let me get out of no, dude, take me. That's what a guy says to him.
But that's no nice gesture. Like, it's coming from Diddy, so you know for a fact, yeah, that there's more things at play here about yeah, come shopping and that. For what? So you can try and drug man and that. So what? You can try and do some mad things and that. Get man into them freak offs and that. Nah. Yeah, man, 50 had the right idea. But now let's kind of go into Diddy's side of the story. So we just heard 50. Let's hear what Diddy had to say about what 50 said.
I asked 50 about that. And he said you did the same thing to him. You asked him to take him shopping.
Yeah, I thought he needed some clothes. What? I'm a nice guy.
Yo, why do you and Fifth just...
Hey, yo.
Why y'all got...
Hey, yo, I don't have no beef with
I don't know why.
With Fifth. He loves me. He loves me.
Do y'all really
can't
have
see
a
it?
beef?
I mean, y'all can't see it.
No, we can't see
Y'all
it,
can't
man.
see that he loves me?
But see...
You really, hold on, you really think that's hate? When you really break it down, you've been out here a long time. You know he loves me.
I don't think...
Yeah. Well, he's not really denying he asked him to go shopping. He's not really saying nothing much there, so the jury's still out on that. We're not gonna judge him too harshly there, even though asking another man to go shopping, it is a bit suspect, but we gotta be fair. We gotta be fair here. So now let's hear from him in an interview. I don't know where this was, but he's on a podcast, not even an interview. Him and I think it's Fabulous. Let's hear what they had to say.
Where I look
miss
back on
me?
where I became.
Did you miss me though? For real? Because it seems like a thing
I
with
miss
this
partying
birthday
with
party.
Puff, man.
Man, but I'm talking about for your birthday.
Huh?
Why won't you party with me for your birthday, man?
We partied for my birthday before. You came to my party.
No, but me and you ain't never really party, you know what I'm saying? Eyes.
Bro. This is what I mean, man. Like, like, the guy's not helping himself. Like, Fabulous is saying we partied before. He's saying, nah. Bruv, I mean, like, proper party. Like, what does he mean by that? What, a freak-off? He's trying to invite him to the freak-off. Bruv, it's a good thing that Fabulous was thinking, nah, fuck that. I ain't going to no freak-off. Fuck that. I don't blame him myself, because I wouldn't be going to no freak-off for no one. Fuck that.
Eyes, brother. Eyes. I understand. You know what I'm saying? Yo, okay. So check this out. It's me, Tyrese, Ray J, and F. Gary Gray. You know, I'm a type of nigga, I like variety, man. I like people that's unpredictable. You know what I'm saying? I like different personalities. So I was like, I never knew they would become what they are today. But you know what I'm saying? But like, you know, that sounded like the type of night I want to have in Vegas. You understand what I'm saying? Okay.
Yeah, man. Bruv, this Diddy, see what I mean? We're trying to give him benefit of the doubt. We're trying to let him present his side of the story, and still look at what he's dishing out. He's dishing out some fuckeries upon fuckeries, bruv. Yeah, man. Like, bruv, I'm saying like 80% guilty right now. It's not looking good for him. 100%, it's not looking good for him. Hell no. Yeah. Now, let's kind of hear what. There's an interview. uh, Him and Bieber. Let's see what he had to say to Justin Bieber.
Selling out arenas and everything, starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, you know, through all my, partners and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But you never really got my number, so.
Right. Okay.
My number?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you my number.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. My man was just like 14. But one thing I'll say in Diddy's defense, I won't be defending him a lot, but we've not heard nothing about no underage, nothing like that. So, bruv, thank God he hasn't scooped that low. At the time of recording, we haven't heard no minors. Although there's multiple victims, if it's a kid, it's gone too far. So at the time of recording, we just thank God that he didn't scoop no lower. And the last incident that we are going to hear, this is him and his good friend. If you haven't heard it, I'll let you be the judge. You can be the judge. Here it is.
What up, King Son? Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah.
I bad man like Diddy and Freak Millie. Yo, yeah, nah, this ain't looking good, man. But this is like 90. The guilt is on like 95%. But it's so close. But I don't think you can get from 95% down to like cleared. He can't clear his name because he's looking so guilty of various offenses. Not just like he's definitely guilty of being freaky, but we've seen the Cassie, so he's definitely a woman beater. Like, I don't get it. What is he claiming innocence on? This is what I want to know. Because, yeah, the freak offs. Is he just saying that the freak offs, people weren't drugged, people weren't abused, that they were all willing to go to the freak offs? That, I would say, okay, this is what I'll say to that. Probably 90% of freak off people weren't victims. 90 to 95% of the people that were there, they were on it, because you probably see how it starts. It's not like it's just chilled, relaxed. I'm just surmising, I'm just speculating. From the way it sounds, it's like this shit is hardcore from minute one. It's like a Liverpool match on the clock. No, that fast start, you could get blown away 4-0 in 20 minutes. That is probably how I see it. I don't feel like it's Man City. Slow build up, you build into the game. Nah, I reckon it's just fast paced, 0 to 100. Yeah, boom, freak off, beer baby oil, beer lube, beer everything, beer cocktails. Yo, it's mad over there. So I'm saying 95% of people that went to these parties, they were all involved. They were willing participants. And the rest, we just gotta give our thoughts and, yeah, prayers to their families and their soul, because, yeah, we don't condone that sort of behavior over here, to be honest. We definitely don't. On this channel, that's not what we stand for. We can make jokes about certain things, but victims, I won't be making jokes about them. So let's hear from Diddy's lawyer. Let's hear from the last person in this proceeding. His attorney Mark Agnifilo attempted to blame the music mogul's alleged victim in a beating video that was caught on camera. Agnifilo referred to the woman as victim 1, but it was clear that he was referring to Cassie, Diddy's ex-girl. Jeez. It's not looking good, man. The 2016 video showed Diddy kicking, dragging and beating Ventura in a hotel hallway. Agnifilo has now said that the fight broke out after Ventura found something on Diddy's phone to suggest he was cheating on her. The video showed Diddy kicking, dragging and beating Ventura in a hotel hallway. Agnifilo has now said that the fight broke out after Ventura found something on Diddy's phone to suggest he was cheating on her. The lawyer alleged that Ventura then hit Diddy on the head with his own cell phone, put his clothes into a bag, and proceeded to go out into the hallway. She has left him in the hotel with no clothes after hitting him in the head with a cell phone, the attorney said, as reported by the New York Post. Vav. During the hearing over whether Diddy should be jailed pending trial, Agnifilo told the judge that his client and Ventura had been together for 10 years but were both cheating on each other. These two people were in love, Agnifilo said, but they had been cheating on each other for years. He also alleged that Cassie's lawyer told Diddy that she was writing a book referencing their disturbed relationship unless Diddy wanted to buy the exclusive rights to the story for $30 million. He also said Diddy's a fighter. He definitely is. He likes to fuck people up, especially her, and said he was innocent of the crimes he has been arrested for committing. He said they will be appealing the judge's decision to hold Diddy without bail. Mr. Combs is a fighter. He's going to fight this to the end. He's innocent, he said outside the court. So, look, bruv, there's all the evidence. I'm saying guilty. Like I said, he probably was doing free costs with most people. Probably 95% of the people in free costs are not victims. They were all involved. They were willing participants. But there's loads of other stuff involved in this that he's probably guilty of. Just because you're innocent of 95%, it don't mean you're not guilty of the other 5%. And as they said, he's looking at 15 years minimum. So minimum. I don't see no more free costs happening for the foreseeable, but it's probably gonna be RIP Diddy. So what do we think? Do you guys think that he's gonna last the 15 years if he gets that? Or do you think he's gonna kick the bucket in the next month? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. This has been the propaganda at 7. We'll probably get out at 10. You know how it goes. Bless people.